What is up, YouTube, and welcome to the 100th episode of Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. I'm Pro Bowl 43, and I'm here with
Kane Jr. 88.
And I'm Thermite 917. This week we were at Dover for the JEGS 200, Allied Buildings 200, and the Cup Race, the Gander RV 400. And with the recap for the Cup Race, here's Kane. Take it away.
Well, the race was supposed to be run on Sunday, and it looked like it was because engines were fired, the cars were out on the track for pace laps, and then it started raining again. So put quarters in us because we played ourselves. Thank you, Mother Nature. God damn it. So anyways, Chase Elliott started on the pole, setting a new track record in the process. And he goes and leads every lap of the first green flag run before the competition caution comes out on lap 40. He also retains the lead off of pit road. Chase continued to lead every lap of the race, even holding off a big charge from Kyle Larson up on the high side. But then on lap 105, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. pops a right front tire and got a little hug from Miles the Monster, and he was taken out of contention early. Joey Logano and William Byron won the race off pit road after both taking 2 tires, while Chase comes out third with 4 new tires. On the restart with 10 to go in the stage, Logano holds the lead with Brad Keselowski getting second, and then 5 laps later on lap 115, Quinn Huff, who is just puttering around there, smacks the wall in turn 2, shaking up the end of stage pit strategy, as the leaders all stay out to get stage points while cars further back in the pack pit so they can stay out during the stage caution and grab the lead. So this leads to a 1-lap dash to the end of the stage, and Joey Logano comes out on top. Logano and Byron are the only leaders to hit pit road for 4 tires while everybody else stays out, and that hands the lead over to Brad Keselowski. Keselowski jumps out to the early lead in stage number 2 and leads all the way up to green flag pit stops at lap 181, and Chase Elliott once again inherits the lead after the stops cycle through. That leads us to lap 223. Alex Bowman, who had been climbing his way through the field after starting at the back for failing inspection, he passes Chase Elliott for the lead. And then 2 laps to go, Martin Truex Jr., who also started at the rear for failing inspection, he catches Bowman, and on the final lap makes the pass for the lead. And for the first time in 2019, stage winner, MTJ. Thank you, Clayton Hughes. Truex holds the lead after pit stops and clears the field on the lap 250 restart. Kyle Busch then gets into the wall off turn 2, and he has a tire rub, as well as a little radio sweetheart moment.
Right rear's smoking. Killed. I know we got plenty of other issues, I get it.
And then lap 263, Denny Hamlin. He's just having an absolute day from hell as he has contact with the wall and he is slow going down the back straightaway before looping it around in turn number 2, bringing out the caution. About half of the leaders come to pit road under this caution, but MTJ, Bowman, and company, they all stay out. The race then stays green for the next 50 or 60 laps before teams hit their fuel window with 80 to go, kicking off what should be the final round of green flag pit stops. Daniel Suarez tried to gamble on a caution and stay out, having lapped the entire field in the process. Unfortunately, it didn't pay off, and with 54 to go, Truex inherits the race lead once again and absolutely waxes the field for his 2nd win of the season and his 3rd win at the Monster Mile. Alex Bowman finishes in 2nd, with Kyle Larson 3rd, Kevin Harvick 4th, and Chase Elliott 5th, with Eric Jones, Joey Logano, William Byron, Clint Bowyer, and Kyle Busch rounding out the top 10. And now for some stats. There were 6 cautions for 31 laps, 15 lead changes, average speed was 127.242 miles an hour, and the margin of victory was a whopping 9.5 seconds. So let's hear some ratings. Nick, we'll start with you.
I'm going to give it a 5.5 out of 10. It was actually better than I expected. There were some close calls throughout the race, and the tires put some rubber down, and there were multiple grooves, and there was a decent amount of passing mid-pack. However, clean air was still a huge deal up front. It was hard, if not impossible, to pass for the lead. Kyle Larson tried on Chase, Chase tried it on Brad, and they just couldn't do it. Not to mention Joey Logano won stage 1 by taking 2 tires. But since my expectations were so low, I wasn't that upset about it. I kind of accepted that with the higher speeds in the corners this week. With this package, dirty air was just going to be a huge pain in the ass, and I just tried to stay positive about it. It wasn't until the end of Stage 2 that someone was able to pass for the lead under green, and there was actually a great battle for the stage win in Stage 2, so that was a pleasant surprise. It was also nice to see a decent variety of drivers up front. Even though Truex dominated near the end, which was kind of surprising, it was more tolerable since he had to work his way up from the back of the pack. Plus, a home track win is always a big deal. So congrats to those guys. It wasn't the best Dover race ever by any means, but considering how it could have been with this package, it wasn't the worst either. So, Tyler, what is your rating?
I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. My additional thoughts on the race were already noted in Nick's scripted recap. So,
Hey, you know how much I would ramble if I didn't script that shit,
That is very true. And I mean, you really did. You said it all. You knocked on all the points. I'm just pissed off about having to see an F1 style race. It's ridiculous to try to have to watch cars pass for the lead and just stall out. And it's not even just for the lead. It's realistically all throughout the pack. You have to have an extremely good car to make a pass. When Martin Truex Jr.'s car just started to come alive after the track rubbered in, yeah, there was no stopping him. And that was obviously clear with the massive margin of victory. I was even listening to the race on MRN for most of it, and I tell you what, these guys really just need to stop their slobbering sometimes. Rusty Wallace is up in the booth. He's like, yeah, NASCAR did such a great job. They should be really proud of the package this week. What? You gotta be freaking kidding me, Rusty. You must have had one too many genuine drafts this morning, because holy shit, this package still is not the answer, but it wasn't a terrible race. So that's where I'll leave it. Kane?
I'm going to agree with you. I'm also going to give it a 5 out of 10. You pretty much both took all my points that I was going to say. It definitely was not the worst Dover race by any means. I mean, obviously we hate seeing a completely dominant driver completely wax the field. Hey, at least it wasn't Kyle Busch, so. But yeah, I think you're right. Rusty definitely did have a few too many MGD drafts, and there's really not much else to say about it. Hopefully the playoff race is a lot better, but if it's the same package that we ran today, then I highly doubt that's going to be the case. So let's just move on and let's get this out of our heads, why don't we, shall we?
Sounds like a plan, Kane. Alright, it's that time of the show now. It's the awards segment, and we've got plenty to give out for the Monster Mile Mash. Nick, lead it off with that classic boner of the week.
Yes, sir. That goes to Sheldon Creed. He had a great truck out there, led a lot of laps, thought maybe he'll get his first career win, but no. With 20 to go on one of the restarts, a couple guys took 2 tires, and all Creed had to do was stay patient. He was going to get around him. He was going to be faster, but oh no, he got really loose off of turn 2 and just spun out on his own, got arrow loose and slid down into Todd Gilliland, who was already having a bad day of his own, and he just junked it. His race was done. It was just self-inflicted. He made a rookie mistake. He was going to win and ended up not winning, so nice paint scheme, not so nice finish. Next award.
The next award is the Day from Hell, and it goes to Ricky Stenhouse Jr., who blew a tire early and got himself a little hug from Miles the Monster, which resulted in a 33rd place finish, 14 laps down. So anyways, moving on, we have another Day from Hell to give out, and it goes to Denny Hamlin, who qualified in the top 10, but he just kept falling and falling through the pack thanks to handling issues, eventually cutting down a tire and looping it in turn number 2. He finished 21st, 3 laps down, and after the race, he had to get taken away on a stretcher towards the care center because he was extremely dehydrated and needed fluids. Oh my God, I mean, this isn't the first time that Denny has had some sort of, medical issue during or after a race. Sucks to suck. So, moving on to the next award.
The next award is the
Straight Jacket Award!
And it goes to Zane Smith! What the hell were you doing on the last lap of the Xfinity race? He's battling for 8th place in the number 8 car, having a nice little solid outing, and John Hernimchek is trying to pass him on the last lap. Well, Zane, he just like, I gotta gun it. Oh my God, I can't lose 8th place! And he crashes them both! What the hell was that? You must be freaking crazy. And that's obviously what John Hunter was saying on pit road afterwards. My lord. Jeez, rookie mistake. Don't be picking up any tips from your future brother-in-law, Greg Galding. If you do that, your career's in the shitter before it begins. Enjoy your jacket. Wear it this week. It's nice and cozy. And don't do it again. You don't wreck race cars when you're about ready to finish the race. Oh, man, I hope your crew chief kicked your ass. Next award.
Yeah, we got to move on to the cigars, and we have a few of them. We'll start off with the Truck Series, and Johnny Sauter. He has won the last 3 at Dover now. It was his 24th win and his 250th start. And, you know, it was looking like he might not do it. He was kind of there. He was among the best, but then he had a fuel pickup issue, I think. He shut the truck off and it wouldn't refire, so he had to restart a little farther back, but he worked his way back up there and grabbed the lead back and got the win. And it's even more fitting because he beat the driver that took over his previous ride, and Brett Moffitt. So it was just a sweet victory for him. He said it was one of his biggest of his career because when you get kicked to the curb and then can get picked back up and get some more wins, that's a big deal in this day and age for sure. So good job for those guys. Moving on to the next one for the trucks, Ross Chastain. Man, he's getting a lot of cigars this year. He finished 10th. And that's not the best part of it. He made an incredible save going into turn 1. He was on the inside of 3 wide, just kind of dive-bombed it in there. Realized it wasn't going to work, but he's kind of like getting into these guys, and he gets completely sideways, slides up the track, has to keep it off the wall, and saves it there. And that just easily could have been a wreck for everyone else, but he saved it and showed yet again why he's such a great driver and deserves a great ride. But still, I mean, he gave that truck a great finish, while the other team truck did not do so well. But still, nice to have some good runs out there. And moving on with the cigars, Kane, take it away.
I will. Our one and only Xfinity cigar from this weekend goes to Christopher Bell, who picked up his 3rd win of the season and the 11th of his career in just his 51st start. Yeah, nothing screws this guy over. It's like when Kyle Busch isn't racing in the Xfinity race, then expect Christopher Bell to just win another one. Yeah, go ahead. Take your cigar and, leave your fiancée in the bus, please, because Fox is slowly turning her into the next Samantha Bush by constantly showing her on camera. Yeah, please, just leave her in the bus, all right? And then our first Cup cigar obviously goes to Martin Truex Jr., who started at the back of the field due to a pre-race inspection failure, and my God, he just kicked ass all day long. He worked his way all the way up to the lead and basically dominated stage number 3. Anyways, moving on to the final 2 cigars. Tyler, take it away.
Yes, Alex Bowman, your second place finisher, gets a cigar. Finally, something kind of going his way. He's had a little bit of a weird season too, but back-to-back second place finishes, and this one definitely better than Talladega because it's a non-super speedway track. So the 88 bunch, Greg Ives actually put together a good race car. I guess hell really is freezing over because that's incredibly unheard of. But Alex did have a really good drive, and besides the bottle at the end of stage 2, he did a good job. Take your cigar, enjoy it, Alex. And the final cigar goes to Kyle Larson, your 3rd place finisher, who has also had an awkward start to the season. He just needed to finish a race and not have anything go wrong, and that's exactly what happened. A solid result, put it in the books, use that momentum, go forward, do better things, Kyle. And that's it for the awards. Thanks, Miles.
Man.
You were golden this weekend.
Yeah. 50 years of Dover.
Boy, I hope we don't have 50 years of that fucking aero package.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that. Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Oh,
100
goodness.
episodes, at least 250 Kane sounds.
I think you're shortchanging it, Nick.
Maybe 100 per episode. Well, for the 100th episode, this is quite a letdown. We only have one best paint scheme of the week. At least we don't have any worst. But we do just have one good one. It is Sheldon Creed's Silverado Chevrolet Accessories. Like I said, he crashed, but he had a nice paint scheme. It was made by DC2 Designs. Follow him on Instagram. He's done a lot of the GMS. He had 4 of his designs at his home track this weekend. But anyway, this one was nice. It was gold, black, white, and gray. Just a good combination of colors in the right spots, some good angles out there. I really like how the number stands out. Man, I mean, it just kind of all came together. We remember that Elliott Sadler had a Chevy accessories car for Junior Motorsports. Casey Kane had one. And they've always been kind of good, but this one might be my favorite just mainly because it's on a truck, but it just works out. I don't know. If you have anything else to say about it, please don't hesitate.
It's good.
And that's all there is to say.
Just that.
All right, it's time to recap those fantasy results from Dover, and Kane coming out with another win. Son of a bitch. You picked Martin Truex Jr., your race winner, 50 points. I come home in second, picking Kevin Harvick, who finished fourth and got 47 points. Nick ties me with points with Chase Elliott, who finished right behind Kevin in fifth place. And Damani rounds out the rear with Kyle Busch and a very mediocre performance of 10th, getting only 30 points. He is first up for the selection at Kansas, another night race on the schedule. So Damani, who are you taking?
So I'm going to pick the 2 of Brad Keselowski.
Thank you, Damani. Nick, who are you taking?
I'm going to go with Kevin Harvick.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, his average finish in 26 races there is 9.69. That is the best average finish out of anyone there, and he has 3 wins, including last spring, and he's also led 751 laps. So we're still waiting for him to score that first win of the season, but you know damn well that 4-car will be freaky fast in Kansas. Tyler, who is your pick?
Thank you for that wonderful analysis, Nick. I'm going to take Kyle Busch.
Pure talent. That's about it.
Oh, dear Lord. I seriously hope he just gets junked. I'm tired of him finishing in the top 10, all right? This is my rant about Kyle Busch. This is where I should be talking about how good he is at Kansas, because, you know, naturally he's just good everywhere. But I'm sick and tired of him finishing in the top 10. I hope me picking him is nothing more than a jinx. Yeah, that's okay. I'm already last in points. What's it going to do? Hurt me? Hope you're wrecked, bitch. All right, Kane.
Well, like you, I also hope my pick is a jinx, even though I am in the points lead. But I'm taking Joey Logano.
You fucking whore.
Unfortunately for Joey, Matt Kenseth isn't in the field this time to knock his ass out, so hopefully he wins. But at the same time, I hope he crashes and takes out Kyle with him, just like in 2013, except this time the roles are reversed. Yeah, I don't like Joey that much either. Yeah,
Squinty too.
that's all I'm going to say about that.
Well, since it is our 100th episode, we only feel it's fitting to take a look at some of the best moments throughout the 2.5 years of podcasting. So we've compiled a nice little list, no particular order really, but just 10 great moments of Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. Please enjoy. That's how you end it.
Open with that.
I might have to now. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Behind the Wall, presented by Perky Jerky. Well, not exactly. We're looking for sponsorship. You know, maybe if one of the 4 people that happen to listen to this podcast, you know, knows anybody at Perky Jerky, give us a ring. Love your shit, and we'd appreciate some money. Hopefully this will be a weekly NASCAR-related podcast. I am Junior Nation 5788, also known as Tyler. I'm here with my co-host, a few of my painting buddies. They're also league race with me. They become 2 of my best friends. You have Kane Junior 88, and his real name is Alex. And Thermite 917, Mr. Nick. This will be a lot of fun doing this with you guys.
Next award.
Were you surprised that Austin could stretch it on fuel? And then, I mean, what does it mean, do you think, for Austin to get his first win?
I'm not surprised about anything. Congratulations.
Oh, Kyle! You realize you're not surprised about anything anymore? Well, you know what else is not surprising anymore? You getting the crying towel week after week after week! Oh, Kyle, this can't happen. This is killing me, man. You're killing me, Smalls. Well, actually, you're not that small because you tripped over your fucking legs before the race. I mean, I don't know who the hell was taping that, but cigar award to that guy, because that was freaking hilarious. It's so sad that your 2-year-old son is more mature than you in public than you'll ever be, you salty Snickers son of a bitch! Cry baby! Damn it!
They get prepared for overtime. Oh, lovely overtime. Get ready for some bitching. Had put a lot of speedy dry down. They took their sweet ass time. They even added a lap. And they obviously did not clean it up properly because on the restart coming off of 2, Ty Dillon loses it, and well, next thing you know, you got cars clamoring in. You got a big ass wreck for no reason. I don't sit here and want to place the entire blame on the speedy dry, but I don't like NASCAR, so we're gonna blame it on NASCAR. But race is over because what? They hit the damn overtime line.
God damn it, overtime line.
Damn it, overtime line.
Overtime line. Fucking overtime line.
This salty Snickers son of a bitch car was the worst one of the week. Where do I start? The brown's ugly. I know it's Snickers colors, but just the way it is on the car, it just looks like crap. Literally. There's like no design except for like the rear of the car. And do you know what that design is? It's a freaking insanely oversized Snickers logo. So they just got so lazy that they had to blow up the Snickers logo and throw it on the car and pretend they just designed it that way. No! They got the rowdy Snickers wrapper on one side, and on the other side it says hangry. I hate that word so much. I'm just as salty as when Kyle blows a tire and blames Goodyear, because it's just... Well, the NOS logo on the C post is too low. It's like Row NOS D or something. It just starts getting into the personal space of the Rowdy logo.
Rowdy! Angry! So let's hear what he had to say about his race. I got tagged from behind on that restart and got turned into the inside wall. Thankfully that was a safer barrier, and thankfully my guys at ThorSport Racing build safe tundras for me to race. It was an unfortunate way to end this day. We'll go to Bristol and hopefully run well there. Oh, I'm sure you will, Cody. You got more trucks to wreck, man, and Bristol's the perfect place to do it, so go do it, Jags!
Jags! Jags!
Jags! Here comes the Jags! Jags!
Jags! Jags!
Jags!
Here comes the Jags!
Ready or not.
Oh, Meatball Sub hit the wall and got marinara sauce all over the track!
No!
A dirty veteran.
Santa, what are you doing? Shouldn't you be on the North Pole? Christmas is only less than 2 months away. You big crybaby. You should be making toys or controlling the elves. I know you want to chase the wind. We all want to chase the wind, but it didn't happen, damn it. You know, but you still gonna grind down. God damn it, you fat son of a bitch. Look at you there with your belly. Your belly.
Get in my belly! Come on!
You got a big belly. Well, the truck's raced in Phoenix this weekend, and you know damn well what that means. Where did Cody Coughlin finish? Oh, the magic meatball came home with the result of the century. Cody Coughlin finished third. It's time for a Jackson. Yeah, Jags! 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 1, 2, 3.
More Jags!
So much Jags, I can't handle it. Oh my God, Cody Coughlin finished third.
Now we're going to reenact this a little bit to show what happened, all right? So I'm going to play the role of Brandon Jones, and Tyler's going to be Kyle Busch. So, all right. All right, to set the scene, we're coming off of Turn 4 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, sometime in the middle of the race.
Oh man, it sure is good to be driving for Joe Gibbs this year. I'm just gonna go side draft my teammate here down the front stretch because I feel pretty confident right now. Oh my God, he's putting me in the wall. Why is he hitting me? Oh my God.
You thought you could pass me, you little bitch? You know who I am, Xfinity champ of all time, Kyle Rowdy Big Dick Bush.
I'm trying to make a name for myself. I don't know why you gotta rough me up. I'm your teammate. You should be helping me. Oh my God, what's that coming out the window? Am I number one?
Actually, no, you're not. Fuck you. This is my house, my series. I don't give a shit if I'm running like shit. Don't
Oh my
pass me
God,
again.
Kyle, no!
Oh, Kyle. He getting beat by Xfinity regulars. He finished 14th. Oh, that was such a trying race for Kyle. What is he gonna do to get over it? He couldn't complete the weekend sweep. The Xfinity race got in the way.
But I mean, yeah, it was basically everything you would want from a Bristol race weekend. So, Tyler, what would you give it?
I'm going to give it a 9. Oh, man. What a hell of an event. It really was. And it's a shame because this is the best race to date for the season. But, of course, something had to just spoil it at the end. I used this analogy on Instagram, so I'm going to use it here again, and I'm going to expand on it a little bit. So it's basically like you walk into a 5-star restaurant, you have a beautiful meal, everything is great from the beginning. The appetizers, the main course, the sides, your drink's delicious, man. But there's one little thing lurking around the restaurant. You see a busboy, you see his face, you don't like it. He isn't doing anything to you, but you just notice it. Like he's giving you like 30 looks, and he's just waiting. You pay the bill, you get up, and you're getting ready to walk to your car. It's been a great night. And the son of a bitch just runs down the fucking hall and is like, no, you don't enjoy your meal, and kicks you right in the stomach for no reason. And you're just looking up and you're like, why? Why did this happen to me? And that's exactly how I feel with Kyle Busch winning the race.
Well, as always, it's time for the awards. Hey, Kane, do you have a boner?
Yeah, I do have a boner this week, and it goes to the pride of Coastal Carolina University, Brandon Brown, because he left the pit stall before the tire was on. It fell right off right there in the fucking pit box. Hell, even before it came on, he asked if he could go, and he's like, no, don't go. He's like, oh, I'm going to go anyways, and he just did.
Now, what do you do next?
Floor it?
Yes. No, don't floor it.
Floor it?
No, don't floor it.
Okay, floor it.
Oh, let's go, Brandon, you dumbass.
You're running last anyways. What's the urgency?
Yeah, really. I mean, you're driving for Mario Gosling. You really think you have a shot at winning?
He really blew that one.
Yeah, he did. My pick is going to be Joey Logano.
Good job!
Well, Damani, you're up next, and he actually has some sound bites for it this week. So, who you taking for Daytona?
All right, I'm picking Brad Keselowski because I haven't watched the season lately, and he's gonna kick some fucking ass because it's Daytona. Also, fuck you, Kyle Busch.
Oh, for the record, here's Damani's race review too. Why don't we just throw it in here?
I didn't even watch the race today, and I just don't know that. Fuck Kyle Busch. Fuck it.
Oh my God.
Well, that's Damani. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Moving on.
Yes, we have one final worst paint scheme of the week. I have torn this team a new asshole several times this year. When this paint scheme was revealed, it was just the tip of the iceberg. I can't take it no more. Chris Buescher's. Buescher's Baked Beans. Are you shitting me? Oh, JTG Doherty. You guys really have come on in the second half of this year with stupidity on your paint schemes. At Charlotte, you got a grill. At Sonoma, you got a thermometer. At Watkins Glen, you got boxes of cheese. Now you've got a Busch's baked bean can from 1930. Also, it's funny how you have a throwback Busch's
Baked Bean logo on there, but you just had to slap the modern day logo at the blower section of the hood. You guys are so stupid. Whoever is in charge of this really should just be embarrassed at this point. And you know what? I know they've had to go down to the store and purchase new ficuses all year for their little office setting. And guess what? You're gonna have to go down to the Lowe's garden section and pick out another one, because I'm gonna kill it.
I think NASCAR Chasm said it best in a tweet, like just the theme of the weekend. Teams are like, I'm throwing it back to Dale Earnhardt. I'm throwing it back to Cale Yarbrough. We're throwing it back to a tin can from the Great Depression.
Good one.
That is absolutely a terrific description of that. Bunch of damn fucking morons, I tell you what.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that does it for another episode of Behind the Wall presented by Perky Jerky. But it wasn't just any episode, it was number 100. And I tell you, we've been here the whole way. It's been a heck of a ride. And I'm just happy to be here.
For Monty HD, I'll always be pretending that I'm in your life. With a ping.
So for me, Kane Jr. 88, I have a beard, I drink beer, and I'm gonna sue the WWE.
For myself, Probo 43, I'm gonna punch Kane Jr. 88.
And for myself, Thermite 917, I wear a Christopher Bell shirt on Saturdays.
Bandwagoner!
Fucking. Oh! Get your wagon and go jam out with your band, bitch.
This has been the 100th episode of Behind the Wall. You've been behind the wall for 100 times, and thank you for listening.
Woo!
Yeah!
Nick, are you good?
Yeah.
Your audio,
I'm good.
audio's all set and
I'm
stuff?
good.
All right, thank you.
Let's bring the action, damn it.
It's time to bring the action!
Oh my God, some freaking Lee Diffie call. It's time to bring the action for the first corner, and then we settle in the single file lines and have Dirty Air affect the rest of the race. Lights out and away we go.
Did you guys see his outfit at the Derby? Oh my God.
Yeah, he's the one that caused Maximum Security to get fucking chucked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, either way, as far as I'm concerned, it was a slide job. It was a legal slide job. So Maximum Security got royally fucked. And, the stewards, they can step in horse shit, and I'm sure they will. So this has been your Kentucky Derby recap.
Slide horse.
Slide hoof.
Horse job. Well, I tell you what,
horse
though,
shit.
we stopped serving slide jobs at 10:30. Oh, horse shit. No, seriously though, if they would have clicked hooves right there, I mean, they nearly had the big horse. I mean, next thing you know, it would have been the Kentucky Slaughter. I mean, the horror movie writes itself right there. So.
They're the Kentucky Massacre, yeah.
Yes, even better.
As for the package, yeah, Rusty, what the hell were you thinking, man? And oh boy, I'm stumbling here.
God.
Holy shit. That's classic.
This is why I
Kane right
scripted
there.
mine.
Let's have another Kane. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan.
It's a hell of a plan, Stan.
Hey, you come here to me.
Yeah, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Nick's a Cotton. You know how there was Cotton Owens? Now we have Cotton Lamacki.
I've probably injured myself with cotton before.
It wouldn't
I
surprise
would
me.
not be surprised.
See, we're not surprised. I'm not surprised by any Cotton.
Not surprised by any Cotton. Congratulations.
Cottonlations.
Cotton. That's so stupid. Why did I laugh? Fuck. It's been 100 episodes. What are we still doing? All right.
It's good.
It's good.
Nah.
He held it wide open.
He held it wide open and crashed the fucking thing.
Welcome to this place, it really hurts to say.
Is there anything else afterwards? Because, I mean, that's not exactly a #1 hit.
No.
The track is concrete.
The track's wide open.
Jesus Christ.
That didn't work at all.
No, it did not.
Creed held it wide open and smacked into the wall. I'm done.
For Kane Jr. 88. Yeah, I mean, he's Kane, he's Junior, he's 88. And for Tyler, Pro Bowl 43. And for Pro Bowl 43, yeah, he didn't go to Bowman Gray this year, but I guess it's this year.
Jesus! Every time I give you you had one job at the end here.
I can't do outros.
No, you can't.
And for Pro Bowl 43, yeah, he wanted to go to Bowman Gray again this week, but he didn't because it got rained out. Wait, no!
Is there a point
I
to
give
this?
up. I'm done.
It's 2 weeks in a row. Damn it,
I know
Kane,
what I
you
want
rubbed
to say.
off.
You did. I was doing okay.
You and your beard.
All right.
Ugh.
Gotta get in the zone here.
You're so far out of the fucking zone. I mean, Twilight called. It's like, hey, you're not even close. 100,
Yeah,
baby!
just want to thank Kelly Beck, Turkey Turkey.
Kane's beard. I just want to thank Kane's beard. Touch of Gray. I know he's about 20 years out, but it never hurts to start early. Jesus Christ. What a
Seriously,
fucking
100?
episode. Yeah, we've made it 100 episodes. Are we kidding? I'm
Oh my
stopping this
God.
recording.